Most of the times, um, it feels like I'm usually in a psychological warfare with everybody around me. Like literally, I mean everybody. Every time when I'm outside, it feels like I'm in a psychological warfare, and it's like an operation which has been strategized, or I have tactics to it. But I don't know. What I'm trying to say here is, and even get this, to even the people I don't know, like on the road, in school, in a line when I want to eat, in the library, in the elevators, everywhere I go, it feels like I'm in a psychological warfare with people. What I mean is, let me use this example, and maybe you guys would understand because I don't know if I'm making any sense. Um, let's say there's a pavement, right, that people you walk on, and you're walking towards the other direction, and towards that other direction somebody else is coming towards you know and it's just a pavement, and there's a little bit of space on the side of the pavement. Um, so I mean, you see each other coming, and the question that you have in mind at that point is, who is gonna let who pass on this great side, and who's gonna walk on that small side. Maybe it's a side, and it's maybe on the ground where it's dirt, and nobody wants to step on that nowadays. That's in case if you don't know, everybody wants to step on the highland. So you ask yourselves. I usually ask myself, who should I let them pass, or should they let me pass? And I mean, I'm a victim to this everywhere I go, because I usually like walking more than using a vehicle. And the thing here is that every time I usually find myself that I have let them pass. I let them pass. Okay, there's no biggie to it. You can walk. And other times, usually, when I'm feel pissed off, like I think to myself, damn, this guy didn't see me coming, so I don't let them pass me. I tell them, I think they already read the room, or they read the way, they already know. I make a face, a hard face, and they walk on the other side. But I really don't like it, man, when I do that. And it feels like everywhere I go, it's a psychological warfare. And it's not even that alone. Even when I deal with the opposite genders, like every time when I walk, you know, when I meet a girl, literally, I think to myself that they think that I want to talk to them, and they even behave like, I like usually when I walk, I like scanning my environment from far, towards where I'm going. And when I see people from far, I'd see them like, they look cheerful, but when they come close to me, they think like I want something from them. So they behave in a way that they don't want to talk to me. They look down, they take their phones, they scroll. And literally, bro, I'm minding my own shit. But I mean, I'm usually paying attention to my environment all the time. So like I notice that kind of thing, you know. And I usually ask myself, why do they always do that? Am I not good looking? Am I, like I usually ask myself the deep questions in that context. That's another example. Other time, even where I live, bro. I mean, where I live, the area I live in, because literally at now it's about 7, maybe 30, I don't know. And right now, I think people are going for supper, or going to look for something to cook for supper. So, like when you're in a line in the butchery, I mean, you are on a queue waiting for your time to reach. I mean, even in the supermarket, bro, when you're in a queue of people who have lesser things, I mean, the person in front of you can be having so much in their bar, in their casket, or whatever they call it. They might have a lot, and maybe you went in there to buy milk only. But the thing is, you'd have to actually um stay on the queue and let the one person who has all those chunk to actually be finished first, then your turn to come. for his things or her things to be scanned and get the luggages and go. But I think one day I'll do one day is I'll go to the supermarket and I'll buy a single item and I'll go on purposefully on a queue where they have those people, people who buy a lot of things, and I'll stand in that queue and maybe I'll try one day and I'll tell the cashier, yo man, I only have this. Can I just I don't know if they'll allow me, but I've seen someone trying to do that, bro. It turned out to be a huge conflict, bro. Like it's simple math. It's just simple math, man, isn't it? But I mean, everywhere is such a psychological warfare for me, man. Like I cannot actually speak it because I feel I'm selling my soul or I'm selling a piece of myself when I do that, you know, at times. And coming to think about it, I think it has been hard on myself also to make friends because that's how I think, like everything is a competition, everything is imperialism, everything is manipulation, everything is narcissism, everything, those kind of things. Psychologically, though, for me, I don't know about you guys, man. Everything is a psychological warfare for me, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even my interactions with my, let's say my the person who I buy groceries at, and I mean the other people who sell groceries. So like, if today I go to him and tomorrow I don't show up, I have to show up to another person who sells groceries. It might look offensive. That's what I usually think. Like, is it offensive? If today I don't buy here, I buy there. It even reached a point where I even hide stuff. If I buy like the building I stay at, they sell one egg which goes for 17 bob. You know, but where I usually go to buy an egg, it's a place where they sell it at 15 shillings, 15 bob. You know, so when I go by there, I usually hide it. Then when I come back, I just talk to the guy telling me, "Oh, Niaje, how have you been?" And I go my own way. And damn, I think to myself, man, what have I done? I'm guilty, bro. And literally, I haven't done anything. It's just business and all, like taxes and everything or maybe it's where he is, the environment he is in. That's why he's selling the things the way he's selling them. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Everything around me is a psychological warfare. Thank you.